Hello student, today we will discuss third unit of our syllabus, that is fuel. In this unit we will discuss three types of fuel: solid, liquid and gaseous fuel. We will take a glance on solid and liquid fuel, whereas we will go thoroughly through gaseous fuel. So what is fuel? Fuel is any material which gives us energy. That is the material which on combustion gives energy, gives heat, large amount of it. Such materials are called as fuel. There is basic classification of fuel based on its occurrence, that is natural fuel and artificial fuel. For natural fuel you are having examples like wood, coal, petroleum, natural gas, crude oil, etc. Whereas in case of artificial or secondary fuel, you are having examples like coke, charcoal, petrol, diesel, LPG, gobar gas, etc. Now, in our syllabus, we are having about solid fuel. Before solid fuel, we are having common properties of fuel. Two properties here we are discussing, that is two important properties of fuel. They are ignition temperature and calorific value. Ignition temperature, this is the minimum temperature at which fuel catches fire and starts its combustion. Generally, solid fuel have higher ignition temperature, whereas gaseous fuel have very lower ignition temperature. In between these two, liquid fuels are there, that is they have moderate ignition temperature. Very important property of fuel is its calorific value. In short, it is also shown as CV. Calorific value, that is amount of heat or energy obtained by complete combustion of unit weight or unit volume of fuel, any fuel. When it burns completely, then whatever energy obtained, that is its calorific value. Again, it is well known that gaseous fuel have very high calorific value than liquid, whereas liquid have higher calorific value than solid. In solid fuel, we are having detailed discussion of coal. So where from coal is obtained? Coal is nothing but the decomposed material obtained from wood. So what the change is or how the alteration take place? First, wood in certain year it decomposes to give peat. Peat on further decomposition in certain years converts into lignite. Lignite after its decomposition converts into bituminous coal, that is a famous coal widely used in industry. And bituminous coal on complete decomposition reaches to anthracite coal, that is a superior form of coal. As per that is on screen only, you can observe that is anthracite coal is the superior or highest carbon containing coal. That is in wood, combustible carbon is very less, and as coalification goes on, amount of carbon increases and hence calorific value also. The change shown on screen, wood to peat, peat to lignite, lignite to bituminous, bituminous to anthracite, is nothing but coalification, or you may call it as alteration. After this, in class we have gone through analysis of coal. In analysis of coal, what we have discussed? We have discussed proximate analysis. Proximate analysis is nothing but how much moisture is associated with fuel, how to calculate presence of moisture in fuel, then presence of volatile matter in fuel, then percentage of ash in fuel, and finally percentage of fixed carbon in fuel. For this, you go through whatever notes or book you are having from class. Then we have discussed determination of calorific value of solid or liquid fuel by bomb calorimeter. Remember guys, bomb calorimeter is the instrument used for determination of calorific value of solid and liquid fuel. This instrument is not determining calorific value of gaseous fuel. Later on, we have gone through carbonization of coke by Otto Hoffmann Owen, which works on a principle of heat regeneration. That is, once temperature of around 1200 degrees centigrade is given, the oven itself generate the temperature or utilizes the temperature for a long time, and with very less consumption of fuel, we can convert great amount of coal into coke. So this much of information already you are having. Now we are again taking a review on liquid fuel. So all you know that liquid fuels, whatever liquid fuels we are having, that is gasoline, diesel, kerosene, etc. Where from they occurs? They occurs from crude oil, or they are obtained from crude oil. How they are obtained from crude oil? Remember the process, that is fractional distillation of petroleum, that is refining of petroleum. Fractional distillation is also called as refining of petroleum. How it is performed? It is done in distillating tower. In distillating tower, crude oil is heated at around 400 degrees centigrade, and then vapors are allowed to pass through distillating tower. Gradual cooling of ascending vapor take place, and petroleum fractions get separated. Here is the table at what temperature which fraction is obtained. So we will discuss, or we will view the table from bottom. That is, the fraction which is at the bottom of the tower is nothing but heavy oil, or you may call it as fuel oil, which is nothing but a material called as a lubricating oil, or a petroleum jelly, or a greases, or wax. It consists of carbon atom from C17 to C30, and applications of the materials are nothing but it is widely used in making ointment, cosmetics, as a lubricant, in medicines, etc. Later on, the above fraction obtained is nothing but diesel at around 260 to 320 degrees centigrade, which consists of carbon atom C15 to around C18. Diesel is famous as a diesel engine fuel. Then the above fraction, that is after diesel, we get kerosene. Kerosene is obtained at around temperature of 180 to 250 degrees centigrade, which consists of carbon atom C10 to C16. And basic application of kerosene is, it is a jet fuel. It is also a good illuminant. Then we obtain naphtha above kerosene, which is at around 100 degrees centigrade to 180 degrees centigrade, which consists of carbon atom C9 to C17. And basic application of naphtha is, it is a good solvent for dry cleaning. After naphtha or above naphtha, we have gasoline, that is famous as a petrol, which is obtained at around 30 to 100 degrees centigrade, which consists of carbon atom from C5 to C8. Famous application of petrol is, it is a good car fuel or automobile fuel. Above petrol we have ether, which consists of carbon atom from C5 to C7, which is obtained at around 30 to 70 degrees centigrade. And ethers are good solvent for so many compound, so many organic compound. And whatever fumes which doesn't condense, they comes as it is, or they comes as a gas out of the tower, they are called as uncondensed gases. They are called as refinery gases, which consist of carbon atom from 1 to 4 and obtained at around or below 30 degrees centigrade. And famous application of them, that is they are good domestic or industrial fuel or famous as LPG, liquefied petroleum gases. Remember, the chart is again showing that is viscosity increases, flammability decreases. This part already we have detail gone through in lectures. Now this is the fractions at glance obtained from distillating tower along with their number of carbon atom associated with them, their temperature, boiling range of temperature, or at what temperature they are obtained, along with their uses. Now after this we are having cracking, or we have gone through cracking. What is meant by cracking? This crude oil or whatever these fractions are there, petrol, kerosene, diesel, naphthas, ethers, greases, waxes, etc. they are obtained from a common material, that is crude oil. So what the reaction is? The reaction is cracking. Crude oil is cracked into these fractions. So this is called as cracking. Cracking we have done in fractional distillating tower by thermal cracking. Cracking can also be done by means of a catalytic cracking, but in our syllabus we are having thermal cracking. Obtained fuel are used for further applications or in various applications. They are having certain properties like knocking, octane, cetane, etc. We will discuss what is knocking. Knocking is nothing but metallic rattle obtained when fuel burn inside engine. Knocking is basically for petrol engine. When fuel does not burn smoothly or when it burns suddenly with explosive character, at that time it creates knocking. Knocking can be reduced by adding TEL, TEL in fuel. TEL is nothing but tetraethyl lead. Generally, IC engine gives knocking. So knocking is associated with petrol or gasoline engine. Now what is octane number? Octane number is nothing but standard which determines knocking ability of petrol or knocking ability of gasoline. In short, we can say that higher is the octane number, lower is the knocking. So to have less knocking, we need to increase octane number of gasoline. How to increase octane number of gasoline? Octane number of gasoline can be increased by adding TEL, that is tetraethyl lead. Now cetane number. Cetane number is the measure of ignition quality of diesel fuel. I again clear that octane number is a specific property of gasoline or petrol, whereas cetane number is the specific property of diesel. So don't mix it. What cetane number is? Cetane number is measure of ignition quality of diesel fuel. Like in an IC engine, petrol catches fire by means of a spark, whereas in diesel engine, diesel catches fire by means of heat and pressure. It doesn't gets ignited by means of spark. For that it needs heat and pressure. For diesel, we can conclude that lower is the cetane number, good is the diesel fuel. If the cetane number is higher, then there will be very less delay in ignition and diesel will catch fire very immediately. Now we will go for gaseous fuel in our next video in detail. Thank you.